So yeah, I'm not gonna sell it like never.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Overmore concept. So today we have the special guest. He from Costa Rica. And can you introduce something about yourself?
Yeah, hello guys. I'm here at Overmore Concepts. I'm from Costa Rica. My name is Alberto. I've been cycling here in Southeast Asia. I started in Singapore, then did Malaysia, Thailand, recently finished Laos, and just 4 days ago I got here to Vietnam through the Nam Meo border crossing, and a couple of days made it finally to Hanoi. And well, that's my story so far.
Yeah, that's nice. So how do you know about us?
Well, the good thing about Marin bikes is like it's a big like worldwide family. So my friends from Marin Bikes Costa Rica, they'll be helping me out in my trip here in Asia. So they can contact Marin Bikes in different countries and they help you out as well. So I contacted, for example, some months ago, Marin Bikes in Malaysia. And now that I was here in Hanoi, I talked with Marin Bikes Costa Rica and they told me about, we have Marin Bikes in Vietnam and they can help you out. So they reached out, they did a contact for me, and that's how I came here to Overmore Concepts. Yeah.
So I see you have the four corner, right?
Yeah. So I'm riding Four Corners. It's like you could say it's a very standard gravel bike, but before this trip I did some research online as to which type of bicycle should I get to do like a long-term bicycle touring trip. And many people online agree that this is like the best bicycle you can get, like the best value for your money. It's not a very expensive bicycle, but it offers like all the conditions you need for proper bicycle touring. The frame is made of this, how you call this,
Chrome steel.
Chrome steel. It has all the proper like
Right?
points for installing the racks for your panniers.
Yeah.
It has a large space here, so you can. I only have two, but you can put even three bottle carriers. Yeah. It has how you call this in English? The gears.
The derailleur. Yeah.
It has a wide range, so you can get three plates
three
here,
and chain ring.
Yeah, 3 chain ring and 9 on the back. So that gives you 27 combinations.
Yeah.
It's a heavier bike than usual, but that's because it's very
strong.
Yeah, the frame is very strong. You can carry up to, I think, 120 kilograms, including the rider, of course. So my weight is around 72 kilograms, and I'm carrying like 34. So that's almost 110. So I could even carry like 10 to 20 more K. And yeah, so far I've been riding since Singapore. No real issues. Everything just really works perfectly so far. It's very reliable bicycle.
Nice. I see it really dirty. So you want to maintain it?
Yeah. So here in Southeast Asia, it's now in this time of the year, it's getting very rainy. So you get a lot of the bicycle gets wet a lot. I should dry it more after each day of riding, but you know, like when you're bicycle touring, you're very tired the other day, so you don't do that as often as you should.
Yeah.
So yeah, proper maintenance should be done like every couple of months, I guess.
Yes.
Because all these parts get a lot of dirt and mud.
Yeah, and
rusty. Yeah, so like it just gets a lot of like very dirty. So having a proper cleanup of all the bicycle is really recommended. I'm doing the ASEAN loop next week, which is a lot of climbs and a lot of downhill as well.
Yeah.
So going there with a bicycle in proper conditions is the best idea, I think.
Yes.
And what else can I mention about this? Well, here they can help you in Overmore Concepts.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave the bicycle today, pick it up tomorrow. So they do like a whole general maintenance, cleaning of the bicycle. So basically, I'm gonna go with a almost brand new bicycle to do the Hajian loop, which is a wonderful way to do it.
So as you said, you bought the bike because of the bike characteristic. and the price performance ratio, right? But how about the appearance, like the color and the form of the bike? How was it?
Yeah, so green is my favorite color. So when I was checking the models back in Costa Rica, there's two. There's this one that's green. There's another one that's black with red. I thought about the black one because it would be easier to make it look clean because you cannot notice how dirty it is. But as I said, green is my favorite color. I met a guy from India, like in Laos, like a month ago. He was riding the same bicycle, but the black one. And this guy was doing some serious like mountain climbing, and he cycled North India and Nepal. So if you know your geography, you can tell that North India and Nepal is full of the highest mountains in the world, basically. And he said he rode it without any issue, no problems so far. So I was like, okay, yeah, you really can take this bicycle pretty much anywhere. Only thing, of course, he was carrying extra braking pads because as you go up, you go down.
You're using it a lot.
Yeah, you use your brakes a lot, so it's very a good idea. And he traveled with a couple of extra because he had to change it every now and then, which makes total sense. But you know, the gear lets you the gear combinations, they can get very low, so they can let you like really do some steep climbing, even if you have a fully loaded bike. And yeah, I asked him a lot about that because I've been wanting to go to India as well. So I was like curious, is this bicycle good enough for that? And he said, yeah, bro, I have no issue. Bicycle performs perfectly. So I don't think there's any higher test than to cycle North India and Nepal. So there you go. If you get this bicycle, you can pretty much go anywhere you want.
Oh, nice. So some people said 1 or 2 chainring is enough, but for the bikepacking and heavy bike like this, do you think 3 chainring is necessary?
Yeah, like you really need the extra one, the third one, because I mean, if you're traveling very lightly, you know, let's say you're just backpacking, not full panniers and stuff, maybe you can do with 2. But when you carry a lot of weight, like I said, I'm carrying like 34 kilograms in weight, you really need the extra one because when you go to steep hills, when you do very steep climbs, the extra weight just really pulls you down. So having that extra gear to get a very low combination, it really just eases it up. And yeah, you advance very slowly, but you can keep going. You don't have to push your bike through the hills. So yeah, having that extra, having the chance to go very low on your gear, really helps when you have a fully loaded bike, so that you can push like, so you can cycle through these very like mountain passes without. I mean, it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be possible, which is what you want. Yeah.
So I think 3 chainring is suitable for the touring bike.
Yeah, I would say if you don't have 3 chain rings, that would be really tough. You have to either try to travel very lightly with not that much luggage and equipment, which is another choice, but for long-term traveling, you usually need a lot of stuff. You need to carry also spare parts, which are heavy, you know. So yeah, I would always recommend that if you want to do like long-term bicycle touring, 3 chain rings should be the way to go. Yeah.
And besides the gear ratio, what do you think about the bike geometry? Do you feel comfortable when you're riding the bike after the long way like that?
Okay, so one good thing about having a bicycle with a drop bar is that you have different, you know, much more combinations, much more positions you can ride on.
Yes.
In comparison to when you have a, how you call that, flat bar.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really just changes throughout the day. You know, when you're cycling like 5 to 8 hours per day, you really just go through all the different positions just to like change. I would say the most standard one I use, I put my hands here. You know, it's just like the most comfortable way of just like falling upon your drop bar. It really supports you. When I'm doing like downhill, I put my hands here,
Oh.
of course, so I go like in a more
aero.
aerodynamic
Yeah.
position. And also when I'm doing like very slow climbing, I find this position comfortable as well. You know, it's just like really gets the strength in your legs, so that also helps. And when I'm just like riding in flat terrain, just very relaxed, I put my hands here, and I get like in a very 90-degree position.
Change many positions.
Yeah, you have that array of options for you to just change between them. So if you get tired of one, you can change to the next one, and you keep it flowing like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But when you keep changing the position, how can your saddle come with your body? Like,
the saddle?
Yeah, the saddle. I see you have the Reup C17.
C17, yeah. So when I was doing the research for proper saddles for bicycle touring, many people online agreed upon the fact that Brooks is like the best way to go.
Yeah.
I would say people agree that the one made of leather is more comfortable, but I knew Southeast Asia gets a lot of rain, as well as Costa Rica, so I went for the other option because it performs better in all kinds of weather, doesn't get affected as much by rain. So the C17 is not as narrow as 15 or 13, it's not as wide as the 19, so I think it's like a good in-between option. In the middle. So it gives you like good comfortable position when you're riding, like very relaxed, 90 degrees. It can also give you like a good 60 degrees position, like not that relaxed but not
Maybe
that aggressive.
Yeah, that's right.
And not as aggressive as a 45 degrees, which would be the C15, C13. So yeah, I think it's a really good in-between, gives you like a good wide range of positions depending on either you're going to like in a very aggressive position or you're just riding in a very relaxed way. So yeah.
For a long distance ride, I see you have two racks over here. How the Four Corners fit with both front and rear rack?
So on the back, I don't know if you can see it from there, I'm using a Surely rack. This was completely random. My dad had it on the house just lying around, and I was like, okay, yeah, can I borrow it? He said, yeah, of course, I'm not using it. So I took it, and there's this one is quite heavy, but it's very strong, can hold a lot of weight, which is good because I'm carrying a lot of weight on the back, on the rear side of my bicycle, and so far so good. And the bicycle has like two positions for you to attach the rack to it, so that can lets you play, you know, with how much distance you want from your back wheel. And also here it has the attachment here, so that can also like you can play with that to get it like in a very flat level position. And on the front, that's a funny story. I'm using one that's not that famous. It's like the brand is from Finland, I think. It's called Pelago, which is not very common, but I wanted to buy either the German one, Tubus, or the Surely one for the front as well, but I didn't find them. And I came across this one. It seemed very nice. It's like you can disassemble it like easily. And I looked for the reviews online, and it had like really good opinions from everybody. So it can hold up to 15 kilograms. I've been riding with like 12, no, like let's say like 10 on the front part. So it's been working very well so far. Not any complaints. And it also has like several positions, so you can really get it also to be in a very level position. And you know, not many people do it. Many racks don't have it, but I really like the fact that you can put stuff on top of the. It really just gives you like so much, I don't know, like more options as to you have your two panniers on the sides, but then you can put like an extra bag or whatever you have to carry just on top of it, and it's just really convenient to have like a flat surface on the top of your front wheel.
I heard you mention about your father. So he also a bicycle enthusiast, and you also borrow the bike from him. That means you got a passion from your father, right?
Well, yeah, I would have to say I like to ride bicycles because of my father. He taught me how to ride bicycle when I was very young. He's been cycling his whole life. Um, he hasn't done much bicycle touring because it wasn't a big popular thing in Costa Rica, but he had the rack. You know, like it was much more common to have racks for like here in Hanoi, you see people with racks because they use like for like let's say like urban cycling. You know,
Yes.
like for transportation, and so you can put your bag or
Your luggage.
your
everything.
luggage or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why he had that rack, because Costa Rica is not. It's very popular to bicycle is very popular in Costa Rica, like cycling, but like mountain biking, road, road cycling, not that much like bicycle touring or bike packing. It's beginning to be more popular, but not that much yet. But yeah, he had that rack as more of a urban type of use, and but it's like a very strong rack for having for urban cycling. You know, like you can really put a lot of weight on that. But yeah, so he had it there lying around. I asked for it. He said, yeah, take it. Like I'm not using it. You know, like it's been not used to its full capacity, just like for urban cycling. But yeah, with my father and my brother, we did like a couple of let's say bikepacking trips in Costa Rica, but short ones, like a week, something like that. Not like long term. Like, and it's been wild, but it's been a lot of. You learn a lot as you go. Yeah.
So let's just put the bicycle beside for a moment. Can you tell us more about your country, Costa Rica? Because not so many people in Vietnamese know about your country, like your culture, your economy.
Okay. Yeah. So Costa Rica is a very small country. We were talking earlier that if you want to be specific about it, it's in Central America, right? Because you have North America and South America, and not many people know that there's like a specific region that's called Central America. That's just like the small link in between. It's very small countries. It's Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Belize.
Yeah.
And then North America begins in Mexico, United States, Canada. South America begins from Colombia all the way south to Argentina. So yeah, some people think Central America is part of North America. Some people believe it's part of South America, but it's like a specific region. It's mainly part of Latin America, which I think is a more accurate way of defining it, because culturally, it's like similar to this region. We all speak Spanish. We were Spanish colonies, so like the main religion is Christianity, Catholicism. Costa Rica is very small. It's very small. We were comparing it earlier to Vietnam, and you could fit Costa Rica in North Vietnam easily, and that's it. That's where it fits. Population is also quite small. It's only 5 million people, which they were saying is the population of Hanoi.
Yeah.
That's the whole population of Costa Rica, just 5
Oh.
million. Yeah, so that's actually like a very small population. Costa Rica has no army. We were also talking about that, which usually people react like, how do you have no army? How does that work? I really want to know how to explain how that works, because we abolished the military since 1948, so it's been like a long time. Of course, we haven't been involved in any military conflicts since then, which has been very helpful. The country doesn't spend money in military, so they can spend money in education, public health, etc. So that's nice, and we have like this good reputation of being a peaceful country. We always work our issues with other countries through like diplomacy and stuff. So that's like a good approach, and we also have like this very good reputation of being like a very green country, which is true. Like Costa Rica has like very beautiful, pristine nature. So we get a lot of tourism. That's one of the most important economic sectors of the country, tourism. We get a lot of tourists from the United States, from Europe. So there's this fact or statistic that's I like to say. Costa Rica is like, I don't know, it's like I think 0.5% of the world land mass.
Yes.
But in that small area, we have like 5% of the whole world's biodiversity.
Oh.
So it's like a lot of nature concentrated in a very small area. So if you go to Costa Rica, you would basically go for if you're like a outdoor type of person, you know, we don't have big busy cities. We have like just a lot of rainforest, beautiful beaches. So if you like outdoors, you know, like surfing, diving, mountain biking, trekking or hiking, you know, all that type of stuff, then Costa Rica is a wonderful place to visit because you have a lot of options in a very small area. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I definitely go there.
Yeah. I recommend it. I recommend it.
So try the coffee?
Oh yeah. So I've been trying Vietnamese coffee, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. It's quite strong.
Yeah.
So I won't probably sleep tonight, but but yeah, it's very good. It's very good. Yeah. Wonderful. Recommend it if you come to Hanoi or Vietnam in general, right?
Yeah, Vietnam.
Try coffee. They make it in many different ways, more than I ever knew actually. Yeah, like
Yes.
many different combinations, and it's really tasty. I recommend it highly. Yeah.
So after you maintain the bike, so where you want to go next?
Yeah. So the only sad part of my time in Hanoi is that it's so short.
Yes.
In Vietnam in general, that's what I meant. You only get 30 days on a tourist visa.
Yeah.
The country is very big. It's full of stuff, places to see, beautiful landscapes. So right now I'm in Hanoi. This is North Vietnam. I want to do the Ha Giang Loop, which is very famous, very popular among tourists. People do it in motorbike.
Yes.
That's like the way to do it. But well, I'm riding my bicycle, so I thought I can do it on bicycle.
Yes.
But then of course it takes longer.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mountain climbing, going up and down. So motorbike, they do it in like 4 days. I think I'm gonna do it like in 7 to 8 days. And then, well, then you have many stuff to do. I want to go to Sapa, but I think I won't be doing that. There's Halong Bay. There's then you can go to central Vietnam, where you have like Da Nang, Hoi An. I've heard there's some amazing caves in central Vietnam. Yeah,
Sandong Cave.
that one. And then also you have South Vietnam, right? You have Saigon, you have Dalat. But in my case, I think I'm gonna concentrate here in North Vietnam. I think for the bicycle, it's nicer because you have like more rugged terrain, more climbs, more hills.
Yes.
I think the landscape in the riding can be nicer, more tough here, but nicer in the same time than in central and the south. So I'll probably do Ha Giang, come back to Hanoi, and go to central Vietnam, hang around Hue, Da Nang, Hoi An, and if I have time still, because as I said, I only have 30 days, which go pretty fast.
Yeah.
I would try to do a little bit of the south, but I don't think I'll have much time to explore the south. So the good thing about that is that I have a lot of reasons to come back.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah, and do more of central Vietnam and do more of South Vietnam. Yeah.
Yes.
And after that, I'm going to Cambodia, which would be the last country of my trip. Thinking about staying also 3 weeks, 4 weeks in Cambodia.
Yeah.
And then I go back to Bangkok. Already been there, but it's like closing the circle,
Yeah.
the circuit. And from Bangkok, I fly back to Madrid, and from Madrid back to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the end of the journey.
End of my journey, yeah.
Other cyclists, every people have a special feeling for their bike. And what about you? After a really long ride like this, do you have any special feeling for your bike?
So my bicycle name is Tula. I named her after I had a dog with my family. She passed away like a couple of years ago. So very shortly after that, I got I got her. I got Tula. So I decided to name her in honor of my dog, which was with us like for 11 years. So it was like a proper. I thought of it like a nice proper way to honor the memory
Yes.
of our dog, and also to give it a little more personality to the bicycle, right? So many people ask me, "Are you gonna sell your bicycle when you're done with your travels?" And I'm like, "Are you crazy? I was never gonna sell Tula, never in my life." Especially because like it's proven to be such a reliable bicycle. Like so far, I haven't had any issues. You know, it's just very solid, tough, very strong bicycle, and I feel like I could have this bicycle for like 20 years and just do like 3, 4, or 5 more bicycle trips. I would love to do South America. Actually, my original plan for this bicycle was to do South America, but at the very end, stuff happened that gave me the opportunity to come all the way here to Southeast Asia. So that's why I changed my plans. But when I go back to Costa Rica, I can either cycle Central America, I can cycle South America because it's very, it's very near Costa Rica. So yeah, I'm not gonna sell it like never.
Okay.
I really mean to keep it as long as I can. And now I have all the equipment. I have the bicycle, I have my panniers, I have the racks. So because when you do your first bicycle trip, I think that's like yeah, you have to spend some money in your initial equipment.
Yes.
Like the bicycle, the panniers, the racks. You don't have to do it, but if you want to like do more trips after that, then it's a good idea to invest in the beginning in all the equipment, and then you have like everything already for future trips. So in my case, yeah, I really would love to do Central and South America with this same bicycle, with Tula, with the same panniers, with these racks, because everything's proven to be like very reliable.
Yeah.
So I know I can like keep going, keep traveling with it. I would say bicycle touring is the best way to travel. It's cheap, it's accessible. The only bad thing is that it's slow. It's much slower than any other alternative. So you have to you need more time if you want to do like a bicycle trip. But if you're in a rush, that's also a nice thing. Bicycles are very versatile. You can take the wheels, take the panniers, and just put it in a bus and go from A to B if you're in a rush and you cannot. For instance, in Vietnam, I know I'm going to have to take a couple of buses because there's no way to cross the whole country from north to south in just 30 days.
Yes.
But then you have that option, and I don't think you have that option with anything else. And it just gives you a way of knowing a country because you're going slower. You get a glimpse of everyday life. You go through small villages. You go slowly through these villages, so you can see people just minding their everyday business.
Yes.
Like you see people working on the rice fields. You see people cooking in their houses. Children playing in the streets. And I don't think you have the chance to experience that with any other way of traveling, because if you're doing, let's say, on a motorbike, it's just so fast. You go through villages like rushing. You don't have the time to see and appreciate what people are doing with the day. And if you go just backpacking, like let's say with in your backpack, you're gonna be taking a lot of buses. So again, you're gonna be going very fast through in between touristy places. Let's say if I take a bus from Hanoi to Da Nang, then I'm gonna miss everything in between, you know. So I think bicycle is the best way because you can go slowly, seeing everything on the road. And if you're in a rush or there's not much to see between one place and the other, you can just take a bus, take the wheels, put it on the lower part of the bus. Just be careful that it doesn't get hit or damaged. But that's just like proper precautions, and it gives you a lot of versatility. You can, for instance, now that I'm in Hanoi, I can really see the whole city because I have a bicycle with me, and I can just go anywhere I want. I can change plans, and I don't depend on buses or trains or whatever. If I don't want to go north, then I'm like, okay, I can just go south or go to central Vietnam. So it really just, I think, gives you a lot of freedom to travel. In the maintenance of the bicycle is very easy, I guess. It's even better when you find a good place like here, like Overmore concepts, with the right type of people that take care of your bicycle.
Yes.
But in general, you know, like, it's just a very universal, worldwide form of moving. So I guess almost anywhere you can find somewhere to like get your bicycle fixed if something happens, or to buy spare parts shouldn't be that hard. And eventually you learn a little bit. I haven't learned as much as I should, but eventually you learn a little bit about, you know, fixing your own bicycle, which also helps. It's, I would say, it's a very simple machine. And
Not so simple.
I mean, simple compared to like a motorbike,
Yes.
a car, or whatever. So yeah, I think it's like, it's very reliable because you kind of have this certainty that most of the time you can always get it fixed, like, or you can find a place to get it fixed. And if not, you can always put it in a bus or in a truck or in a train and go to some place where you can get it fixed again.
Yes.
So yeah, I really recommend this way of traveling. Only, as I said, it's very slow, so you have to take the time to do it like in a good, decent rhythm.
Thank you for coming today. So we will look after for tour.
Yeah.
And we will hand it to you tomorrow.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.